Hello everyone and welcome again to the Armatech YouTube channel. Here in this video we're gonna see the best shotgun setups in the game. Are you a brawler by instinct, a fan of the face-hugging combat, and have been looking for the best shotgun in the game? This video is gonna be for you then. We'll consider the shotgun setups from the Germinator, the Ram from the Bastion, and the Polyphemus from the Imperial. And we'll not consider only the shotguns themselves, but also the faction and the characters that bring some benefits and advantages to the combat. First, we're going to discuss the Germinator from the Hermit faction, and as example on the Hermit. And speaking of the advantages that the character brings, you see here how easy it is to get in range. It's always easy with the Hermit faction, either Odalisk or the Creeper. So you know that you need to be super close, and it's very easy to get super close with the Hermits. Now the damage output itself is insane, but you have to get close enough for it to be effective. And this is something, as we said, the Hermit faction can do very well. One disadvantage is the too much spread that it has. So in 60 meters range, for example, you're gonna do almost no damage. So this is always something to keep in mind and not waste your firepower from a distance. And even with bulky targets, as you can see here, you're also gonna struggle with this huge spread. So one additional disadvantage, which we can deduce from the previous one, is that it only works effectively at a face-hugging distance. So this is a sort of balance that you have to keep. Now also, it's very easy to maneuver and to ambush enemies. You know, with shotguns, the enemy has to be not very good player in order to let you knowingly come closer to him. So you have to use stealth, you have to use tricks in order to get in range, and this is something you can do with the Hermit. Now, on unrelated topic here, I got this bug with the game where I spawn as a first person point of view, and you see here that the enemy team are obliterating us with 9-0, but very strangely I wasn't taking any damage at first, and then something happened and I started taking damage. So this is only something funny I'd like you to see. Going back topic of the video, you're gonna see the Bastion shotgun, which is the Ram, the heavy version, and it does decent amount of damage. It's not compared to the medium version from the Hermit, which does almost the same, but it's decent. We can't complain about the damage output itself. So this is something is going for the Bastion. The disadvantage of this is that most of this firepower doesn't reach the enemy because of the high spread. Here, as you can see, this enemy barely has some HP, and I wasn't able with full magazine to just scratch the paint on that Imperial, or scratch the shield on that Imperial. And it's also so hard to get into enemies. So as you can see here, I have to circumvent the whole building in order just to get a line of sight in order to be remotely dangerous. And I don't think that I would have been able to do any damage or make any kill without my ability. One thing that's going for the Bastion though is that they have a great big pool of HP, so they have good survivability for the face-hugging combat that's going on when you are in a shotgun. You know that the Hermits in general are squishy, but not the Bastions. The Bastions can take a beating for certain, and in this regard they are suitable for the job. Now moving to the last setup that we have, which is the Polyphemus from the Imperial faction, you can see first that it's also kind of a headache to get into the enemies. Actually, it's only for the Hermit the mobility becomes an advantage. Otherwise, it's always a headache to be in range and start dealing damage to the enemies. So this is something that you also have to keep in mind. You're not going to be the smoothest mover on the map. Now, talking about the damage output, look closely how easy it was for me to just obliterate that enemy, and I didn't have to shoot from very close range. Also, one very big advantage is that it reloads while firing. It's the only shotgun in the game that reloads while firing, and when the battle is intense and you need every piece of fire output, these freshly reloaded bullets are crucial. Now also it goes very well with the ability, either from the Paladin or from the Shroud that has the stealth, so they can be paired very well. Now also, because it's the only faction that has medium shotguns and heavy shotguns, you can make use of every possible setup in the game to just utilize the shotguns to the max. So this is in general what I think about the shotguns, and the outcome of this video, as you saw and based on the evidence, you can see here that the Polyphemus, the Imperial shotgun, is the most successful one, at least in my opinion. And if you disagree, please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.